One of the main technical challenges for Sinbad was we had to create pretty much every kind of water, whether it was calm sea, rough sea, foamy sea, which involved a lot of fluid simulations.
The production made a decision to build the set for Sinbad's boat on the side of a water tank in Malta. So it was left up to us then to build the Providence as a full CG model.
For any shots where the boat was obviously on the ocean, then they would shoot a footprint boat and then we would have to put our boat over the top.
Part of the initial brief was that we would be creating creatures that weren't the usual kind of creatures you see on these fantasy TV shows. They would be more made of elements rather than physical creatures.
Well, the biggest challenge definitely has been the Shama, which was the water creature. It was just a huge challenge because we'd done water creatures before, but not like this, not in a room where the water had to interact with different surfaces.
Water behaves very differently when you see it going up to the horizon to perhaps when you see it just as a creature where you can see through the water and through the other side. The other challenge is when water splashes, it no longer looks like water, it starts to look like foam. So we had to devise ways of how to make water look like it should, depending on what state it was in. We had to make sure the creatures were photoreal, both in the way they looked and the way they moved. It wasn't like the old Sinbad. It wasn't something that they just cut away from and pretended that the creatures were there. They really were in your face.
We also had to create all the environments, which involved building the city of Basrah. This involved filming the city of Valletta in Malta. The whole harbour is kind of surrounded by these beautiful old walls, and we used these and some of the older buildings as a kind of foundation.
We just looked at a lot of Middle Eastern cities, simple structures. They didn't really want anything to look too lavish. They wanted it to be more like little buildings all mashed together.
I mean, for a TV show, you don't usually do lots of 3D matte paintings where the camera flies over really dynamically. We wanted to integrate as much of the live action in as possible with it, like flying through buildings where it would be fully CG and come out the other side into a shot.
As the show developed as well, they became very aware of the kind of the grandness and the scale that we were adding to the show.
We were taking techniques that we'd used on feature films and applying them to a TV series.
In terms of technically what we were doing, we were definitely pushing the envelope for television, and again the idea is just try and make something for TV which you would be happy enough to pay for and watch at the cinema.